I put my Modere stuff on this morning. I shaved, and I used the antioxidant gel. Just so everybody knows. So I am a product of the product. So, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. When I was in the back, I'm listening, and I knew I was up next, but Margie kept saying wonderful things about me and what we're doing, and I'm looking around and I'm like, maybe somebody else is coming up. Then she called my name, and I got to come up. So, that being said, it's an honor to be here, and I'm so glad that all my team and everybody made those 10-minute drives, Armand. Thank you for making the 10-minute drive. And some people that made the 10-hour flight, awesome. And then some of those guys that showed up this morning, Amos, Christy, Orlando, thank you guys for coming. So I wanted to start off with my story. I'm going to tell you right now that I was a C student on a good day. On a good day. So, that being said, anyone can do this. So I was a C student on a good day, and what really, one of the turning points was I worked retail for a long time. Anyone work retail? Retail is hard, long hours, and I worked retail, and you know what I found in retail? You work long hours, and at the end of the month, sometimes that debit card just doesn't work. So then, I got a sales rep job. Those are awesome. 40,000 miles on my car in 8 months. Guess what? The end of the month came. Run that. Damn. Maybe I could pay something else. But wait, you guys want to hear a story? So I want to tell you my story. My story, actually I want to tell you a story about my family. And oops, I want to tell you a story about my family. So one of the main reasons that I'm up here is because of my wife. My wife Jessica, she's right there. I can see her. So Jessica has a special story, and if anyone cries, it's cool. Someone will get you some tissue. So my wife, before I met my wife, she had 5 kids. And they were all young. And this one's kind of tough. It's tougher up here. So the boy's dad was taken away from him a little too early. He had a massive heart attack in his sleep. But she persevered, because she works hard at everything she does. And for 10 years, she was a single mom. She had more problems with her credit card or debit card than I did. Because I only had 2 kids. But I met her. And I'll tell you what, I put the best sales story that I could possibly get, and she said, sure, no problem, I'll move to Alaska, blend our families. So now we have 7 kids. 7 wonderful kids. And you know, they're all special in their own way. The one on the top right, he's 26. He's an MMA fighter. Kind of keeps me straight. He came up to visit one time, and my cousin Derek, he put him in an arm bar in about 10 seconds. And that's given the time to when he was talking crap. So, so I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna keep it straight. I'll just be good all the time. So, with 7 kids coming together, and she was a single mom, and I was working really hard, I was working really hard. But again, at the end of the month, we still couldn't get those debit cards to work all the time. And so what I found was, I didn't want that for my kids. I didn't want them to worry about that debit card. I didn't want them to worry about what I'm going to switch to pay to make this one work. If the lights are on, the heat's off. I didn't want that. So I didn't know what to do. So I started reading books. And those books told me to find mentors. And when you find mentors, the possibilities and everything takes off. It's insane. Success leaves clues. You have people like Justin Prince. You have people like Margie. You have people like Tony and Sarah. I mean, Amy Glee, Melissa Taft. You have our whole leadership team. You have Julie Brophy. I mean, she met me and I was very raw. And that was one of the toughest 3-way calls I've ever been on. I was super raw. But you grow. So what I would recommend out here to every one of you guys, if you don't have a mentor, find one. Because one thing that they're going to tell you to do, and all 6 of them told me, be consistent. Be consistent. I think, raise your hand if anyone made it to the Social Retail Conference in Atlanta. There was a guy, he's in that picture, that said something on stage that I just want everybody to remember about consistency. He said, be here in 5 years.
Yep.
How many years?
5.
That's right, 5 years. Be here in 5 years. Because Armand said it's not a flash in the pan. Everybody up here said, you're going to work, except for Amos. Amos said it was going to be a little easy. Everybody else said up here that you're going to put the work in and you're going to work. Stay consistent. This is what I love right here. So, all those talk about those mentors, I got to mentor a huge team. I really got to really grow myself. And what I found is, if you look at this team, this Alaska team, there's one thing that they have. And you'll see it in Atlanta, you'll see it in every event that we go to. Stand up, guys. We come out in full force stand up.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
That is consistency at its best right there. A lot of these guys, they travel for at least 8 hours. And that's on the plane, just 8 hours. So I want to leave you with something that I read a lot of Jim Rohn. He's one of my favorites. He said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. That's consistency. I'm Eric Sagan from Alaska. Thank you.